You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. We're once again joined on our regular slot with Ideas Test, Swale and Medway. As always, thank you very much for joining us. If you could sort of introduce yourself to our listeners and give them a brief introduction into Ideas Test, just to refresh them, or of course let them know if they've not heard about what you do.
Right, so my name is Kyra Cross and I am the Audience Development Assistant at Ideas Test. Basically, that means I do things like this, and I try and get more people into Ideas Test. So we're an organisation, an arts organisation that covers Swale and Medway. We run several free events and programmes and workshops for all age groups and wherever you're from. Sittingbourne High Street, number 34. Opposite Macari's, if you want to know. But we also do stuff on Sheppey. We do stuff on Medway as well, and Faversham, because we cover the whole of Swale and Medway. So we're not just based in Sittingbourne. We cover a wide area. And basically, we're trying to get more people involved in arts and creativity. You know, if you've never tried sort of a creative activity, we want you to come in and try one, because most of them are fun, and you know some can be a bit challenging but very rewarding as well. And we have lots of things from craft to music to dance to theatre, you name it, we do it. And we also have a lot of free exhibitions, and this month we've got a returning artist, so a photographer called Simon Martin. He was here last year to celebrate number 34's first anniversary, and he's returned a year on. He's doing a project called Your Town, which is all about Sittingbourne, and because he was born in Sittingbourne, it's quite close to his heart. So what he's doing is he's been photographing Sittingbourne locals or people who've moved away, and also getting them to write down what they want, what they hope, what they think about Sittingbourne, and then we're displaying them in our window gallery all throughout December and into January next year, which isn't that far away, scarily enough. No. And Simon's a brilliant artist, and we've already got some wonderful photos on display, and they will only be added to, and we may even possibly put some photos up from the last exhibition as well, just to give you a contrast of people's views, especially people who were photographed last year as opposed to this year as well, which is going to be a really nice sort of contrast, I think. Also, something that is coming up quite quickly is Christmas. The big sort of C word is, yes, Christmas. So we're having a couple of Christmas activities. We've got a pop-up panto and party to celebrate our second anniversary in Sittingbourne High Street. Basically, it's going to be a bit of a DIY panto, and we want you to come in the morning, help us make props. You can even have a mince pie and a warm mulled punch drink, and then the performance will be at 12, and you can watch us all being very, very silly in very silly costumes. So it's going to be a really fun event, and that's on Saturday the 16th of December. And it starts at 10:30, and the panto performance is at midday. Then we've also got, to celebrate the festivities, we've got a Maker Star. So that will be on Friday the 22nd and Saturday the 23rd of December. We're going to, basically, you can come in and make a paper star to hang on your Christmas tree, or you can give it as a gift. They're very pretty. You can even hang LED lights in some of them, and make them glow, which is really nice and effective on your Christmas tree. So on Friday, that will be between midday and 3, and the Saturday the 23rd, that's between 11 and 2, and it'll only cost you £1 to make your star. And you can also get help from us as well if you're a bit stuck, because I'm rubbish at origami and I always need a hand. But, it'll be a really great creative event. We've also got on Tuesday the 12th, so tomorrow, we've got a faux fossils with actually sheppey artists. So Young at Heart is our strand for older people. So anyone over 55 can come along. It's free activities. We also will give you tea and coffee and maybe a nice biscuit as well. So Laurie is really a great ceramic artist, and she's going to be helping our Young at Heart attendees to make fake fossils. So if you're into natural history and sort of excavation archaeology, you can make your own fossil out of clay, found materials and plaster, and you'll be able to make your own fossil which you can put on display and maybe even fool a few of your family and say that you've been a bit of an Indiana Jones or done some excavating. And that's on Tuesday the 12th of December at between 2 and 4 p.m. Also coming up in January at the Young at Heart is we've got Moving Memory Dance Theatre Company. They will be doing a really brilliant sort of movement and dance session. We've had really good feedback from people who attended the last one. They said, why can't you do this every week? It's so much fun. So that's going to be absolutely brilliant. We've also got a classical music taster session coming up in the new year for Young at Heart. And also we've got a really classic film, one of my favourites actually, the Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon and Marilyn Monroe classic, Some Like It Hot. So all those will be on our website pretty soon, so you'll be able to plan your 2018. Also, we've got coming up this year, also on tomorrow evening actually, if you know anyone who's into electronic music, whether it's dance music, techno, even sort of chill music, they have to come to this workshop. It's absolutely free. It's one of our last Curious Music Strand workshops. It's for 2017. So we're going to be having an Ableton workshop with Max Wheeler, who is a member of a dance act called Anushka. He's going to be teaching you how to do live electronic music and how you can produce it as well. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. So that's tomorrow between 6 and 9 at number 34 in Sittingbourne High Street. And then if you've already got music and you want to perform it, but you don't really want to have a full gig, you can come to our open mic night on Thursday, the 14th of December between 6 and 8. We've already had a couple of these in a couple of previous months. And we've had performance poetry, we've had rapping, we've had comedy. They're really great. We can even show a short film if you've got one, which I think is really good to get feedback from. And especially if you've got a creative idea for a comedy sketch and you're not sure, you can perform a part of it and people can say, well, actually, I like that bit, but you might need to tighten this bit up. Awesome. And so that's number 34, the Scratch Make Open Mic Night. If you want to perform, you can also give us a call and I'll give you our phone number and our full contact details at the end. And also coming up in our music strand, we've got in January, we're starting, basically it's like a vinyl book club. So Record Revelations, we're doing it in conjunction with RPM, which is the record shop opposite us. That helps people get have work experience, and it's run by the Fenner Frost Foundation. Record Revelations is you'll be able to hear a whole album on vinyl, and then afterwards you'll be able to talk about it, discuss like the cultural impact of the album, have your memories of it, remembering if you bought it in a record shop or not, and after that you'll be able to actually use samples from the album to make your own music in a live looping session, or be able to maybe use our musical instruments to riff on things you've already heard. And we're starting with a pretty strong album. We're starting with Elvis Presley, The Sun Sessions, which a lot of people know of Elvis's Vegas years and of his films, but his Sun Sessions, that was basically when he was a really up-and-coming rock and roll musician before he became the king of rock and roll. And if you've never really heard Elvis, I would say come along and listen, because he was a bit of a punk, to be honest. You know, he was quite rebellious and people were quite scared of him. So, you know, culturally, it's a really good album, I think, to start with. And you can find out full details on our website at www.ideastest.org.uk. You can also phone us if you want to know further information about scratch nights, our pop-up panto, anything you want. Our phone number is 07713 865 955, and you can also text us on that number as well if you want. If you don't want to call.
As always, thank you very much for taking the time out to let us know what's happening at Ideas Test. I just wanted to wish you all there a very Merry Christmas, and we look forward to speaking to you in the new year.
Yeah, and we'll definitely hope that everyone listening to BRFM has a really great Christmas and a Happy New Year, and especially you too, Daniel.